so you have a mission, you have tasks to do. So we learn how to do the journeys. First we have to meet our power animals. As I mentioned before, I have two, dolphin and bear. Then you meet your spiritual guide, and we did this too. And the last one, not the last one, but the last figure that you're going to meet is your teacher. And so I'm going to share with you a short paragraph about my journey to meet my teacher, Elijah. How did I feel? And the mission was to journey to the upper world, to meet the human figure, ask two questions. Are you my teacher? If the answer is yes, ask another teacher, another question. Do you have a message to the group? So two questions. If the answer is no, you need to continue the journey until you find a human figure and ask, and you get the answer yes. And it's amazing what people experience in the world. So I'm going to read the journey to Elijah, to meet Elijah, to meet my teacher. So I'm in the upper world. I'm cutting short, not to spend too much time. And I'm supposed to meet my teacher and ask him, are you my teacher, and what is the message? The air around me felt very fresh, cool and crisp. Suddenly, the shape of something tall appeared in front of me. As I continued to walk, the vision crystallized into a wall of a giant white palace. And I found myself standing in front of an immense, glowing white marble gate with twin doors. The gate was shut. To the left of the gate was a large white marble chair. As I got closer, I noticed to my amazement that the marble was alive. It didn't move exactly, but gently vibrated and shimmered, and inside this marble I saw a white, misty, wafting cloud that looked solid to the touch. The entire scene, the palace, the gate, the chair, looked like a living sculpture, ice sculpture, created by minimalist artists with a strong sense of the divine. The sculpture radiated power, and I became rooted and still. It felt as if I were in the most sacred place in the universe. Then I heard a voice. The king sits on this chair. What king? I asked spontaneously. The guardian king, answered the voice. I didn't know who I'm talking to. I could see no one, but I had a strong sense of another entity nearby. I turned to the right, and there indeed I saw a vague outline of human figure gradually approaching out of the misty whiteness. Someone was walking toward me through the closed giant gate. First, I saw his face, and then I noticed a long white beard that covered most of his face. I could barely breathe. The closer he got, the more detail emerged. He was as tall as me and was dressed in a long white cotton gown. He stopped a few steps in front of me, his eyes closed, his face radiated immense divinity and glory. As we faced each other, a sensation of otherworldliness ran through my entire body. This person's presence electrified me. He radiated so much energy and so much power, yet he seemed clothed in calmness. I was shocked, as if I'd hit by lightning. For the first time, I experienced the full meaning of Yirat Kavod, which is a Hebrew, a phrase that might be translated loosely as fearful respect. I was filled with immense respect for this man, yet felt deeply humble and just little afraid. Never before had I experienced emotions such as this in the presence of another person. He slowly raised his head, his long white beard gracefully framing his majestic face. He opened his eyes and looked straight into mine. He didn't move or say a word. I was completely mesmerized as he stood looking at me. It took me a while to regain my senses. The experience was too much to absorb, and I felt overwhelmed. All I wanted was to get out of there, but I couldn't move. After what seems like forever, I somehow found the courage to speak. "Are you my teacher?" I asked. "Yes, I am," he replied. His presence was overpowering. His energy engulfed me. I wanted to leave. But I suddenly remembered that I had another question to ask him. "Do you have a message to the group?" I asked. "Yes," he replied. "Tell them that there is heaven." I felt relieved as I turned around to leave, but his trembling voice stopped me. "And tell them that everyone is a guardian angel," he said. I looked at him for a moment, and with what little presence of mind I have left, I thanked him. Spellbound, I started to walk away, and then he struck me. My teacher was Elijah, the great prophet, the same Elijah who had been taken up and into the heaven and had lived on Mount Carmel in northern Israel. This is how Elijah and I met for the first time. After that meeting, and every time I journeyed to meet Elijah, I experienced the same powerful feeling again. I know I'm standing in the presence of higher power. This holy person shows me real place, show me my real place in the world and in this universe. In all our conversations, I ask Elijah questions that are related to our existence and our purpose in life. Some are philosophical, while some are personal. Even though our talks are short and to the point, each one is interesting and utterly meaningful. Now I'm going to read to you the last paragraph. So till now, it's a workshop.